Okay, we're ready. Let's
Holy
go.
mother of cheese.
Cheese has no mother. Don't look now, but
Oh my god.
it's... Yes.
Yassi, please give for us a warning.
Give for us a
How
warning.
can I give for you a warning when I don't know myself?
That's the problem. How's it, guys? Johan Bester here from Charisma Performing Arts, and welcome to another Voice Matters episode. Now, obviously, if you've been watching my Voice Matters and you've been following my channel, you will know that I normally don't have someone beautiful sitting in the same shot as me.
Wat praat jy?
So,
Talk nonsense.
so welcome to Jeanique. Jeanique, thank you so much for joining me today. So there's, of course, a really good reason why Jeanique is here. We're going to chat about that in a minute. But first, I want to say that you and I met when you was about 11 years old.
See. I'm not going to doubt that. I wouldn't know. You expect me to remember? No.
So she was about 11, okay, because I write things down. But anyway,
I don't.
So she was singing in a local choir that I was working with. And so I got to know her because I went through the audition process and I knew the singers. And what really struck me from the outset was her energy and her quirky personality. But also, and mainly, her natural gift in the voice and her
The
creative
natural
gift.
gift of being... Wow! The natural gift of being loud.
Use your consonants. Gift.
I'm very sorry about that,
Yeah,
Master.
it's all right.
I shall do better next
She is a student of mine, so don't be alarmed. So we started working together as vocal coach and singer about 4 years ago when she was 12. So we've been working together for all this time. And today it is my privilege to not only be her vocal coach, but also her manager.
So,
Yeah, you see.
yeah, ne?
Yeah, very, very important. Okay. So we're going to do a quick Q&A today, just so you guys can get to know Jeanique a little bit. All right, Jeanique, question one. Are you ready?
Yeah. Carrying on.
Firstly, very important question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing to eat when you're really hungry?
I don't know.
No, just tell the truth. Just don't say chicken bacon, please.
Can I still say chicken though?
Okay.
Chicken schnitzels.
Chicken schnitzels. Okay, fantastic.
See.
Okay, and hobbies. Tell us
Schnitzel.
about your hobbies.
My hobbies.
What are the kinds of things that you keep yourself busy with outside of music and performing?
I really like conceptualizing things. Like, I like coming up with stories and characters, and I actually plan to release a book that I'm going to write. And I mean, I also really love dancing. I've been dancing for a very long time. I've done many styles of dance: tap, modern, ballet, contemporary, acro, hip hop, and it's just something I really enjoy. I also love musical theatre. I recently just finished my musical theatre grade 8 exam, and it's just, you know, singing and dancing and anything to do with the arts is really fun. And science, surprisingly. Nobody would think it. Just, I like science.
She's a scientist.
Definitely
My
not.
phone
Ooh,
is-
don't put me in a lab,
Phone is
please.
farting. I'm sorry.
Don't put me in a lab. Don't put me in a lab. The lab will be farting.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay, so that's cool. And please talk about anime, because I know that's also
Oh
something
yeah,
you're
I
passionate
really
about.
like TV shows and anime and stuff like that, but you know, like the action, violence.
Names of shows that you like, or characters and stories.
I like Naruto.
Okay.
I like the show Naruto. I like My Hero Academia, and I like Bleach and
Yeah.
and Hunter x Hunter, and I like a couple romance animes. Sometimes, occasionally.
Romance animes. Is
Yeah,
that a thing?
It is.
Oh my word.
It's nice. It's
And just slightly disturbing, but
The Flash and like the Arrow and DC and Marvel and superheroes.
yes, you see. Slightly disturbing, but just give us a little something in Japanese. One of those songs that you like so much from one of those. Maybe the one about the pajamas. 90s. Do you know that song? 90s. Or is it 90s? I don't know.
It's not 90s either. It's
How does it go?
90.
Night, that's what I said. Okay. So, yeah.
Naite, 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 mugaite. Nando tatte norikorete iko.
You see.
Please, I don't try to offend anyone. I'm not
Sure.
Japanese. Ek is Afrikaans.
Yeah, so
Dis baie jammer,
sorry
hoor.
about that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Question 2. What was your first memory of your own singing that made an impact on you?
Made an impact.
So
on me?
that moment when you thought, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, type singing experience.
You won't judge me, will you?
No.
Okay. I was sitting on a wooden horse in my house and just swinging there. My dad was watching a horror movie. There's a video of it. And I'm just going, Ruiperd of Luiperd of ietsie, maar I'm just singing an Afrikaans
Not
song.
the answer I expected.
Yeah, but it's what you'd expect from me. Let's not lie.
But really, was it a moment when you thought
I just liked it a lot.
the singing, how it made you feel?
Oh no, it was the first time I watched Phantom of the Opera that I
Right.
was like, oh wow, that's really cool.
On digitally or live?
I watched it digitally first. I adored the movie, the cinematic movie, and then
Yes.
when I was 9, we went to go see it live in the Teatro in Monte Cassino,
Right.
and Jonathan Rocksmith was the Phantom. And
Rocksmith.
I love it, Jonathan.
Yes.
And so I was sitting in the audience and I was listening to these people sing, you know, like Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again
Oh, yeah.
and Angel of Music and stuff like that, and hearing how Christine was singing these high notes, and I was like, Aitsa, eh? I want to learn how to do that. I mean, and I was you wouldn't expect it from a 9-year-old child. Most kids were like playing Selena Gomez's new CD on their little CD players, and here I was, my mom thought I put in the wrong CD, but she just hears from my room Phantom of the Opera, and she's like, did you play the right CD? Yes, mommy, I did.
But the thing is, that's because you talked about you were dancing from an early age and you love acting, you love
I was
music
told.
theatre.
I was told that I should stop dancing. I was told in kindergarten that I would never be a dancer because I didn't know how to pick up my feet. I didn't know how to do the heel toe thing in tap dancing. Then I took tap dancing and I actually started teaching classes, and I was
Yeah,
like,
you see,
suck
fantastic.
it,
Yeah.
suck it, teacher.
You ruled, fantastic. Yeah, but it's that thing, the dramatic thing. The dramatic
boy.
thing of music theatre is because it's singing, acting, and dancing.
Hmm.
And I always say when you sing music theatre, it's not like in a pop song, say, where you tell a story. In music theatre, you are the story because you're the character, and it's actually your life. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
It didn't sound very enthusiastic at the end, though. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
No, it's very good. Okay. Name some of your most favourite live shows that you've attended. No, so you mentioned The Phantom, which made a big
Phantom.
impact on you. But what else? What other live performances have you seen?
Great Balls of Fire. That was
Right.
amazing.
Who was that again?
Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. Again.
And
okay.
I've seen Sound of Music live a bunch of times.
Right.
I also went and auditioned for it once, but I was too tall.
Right.
And the guy who got Friedrich, he was shorter than me at the time. And now he's like heads taller than me. And I was like, where was all that growth when we were auditioning for the
Yeah.
Sound?
Unfortunate timing. And, yeah, it happens
I've
sometimes.
seen a bunch of shows live. Or I've seen Lord of the Dance,
Right.
and that was phenomenal. I love what they did with the stage. It was so awesome. And I've seen. Johnny, now you're putting me on the spot. Now you think I can think now.
No, that's plenty of lovely references. So that's cool. Now, this is a tricky question. Not really. What kind... Well, sort of. Just because my team is losing it. Just because...
I've lost it a long time ago, and you know this very well.
Just because I think I know what the answer is going to be. But what kind of music do you listen to a lot?
Literally anything and everything. And sometimes just
Tricky question,
a
right?
fan. Because I can't sleep without a white noise.
Okay. No, but generally, like, genres, everything. Like, from what
I
to
like
what?
like from classical to like new days hip hop, like this, like, you know that song Brooklyn Blood Pop?
Can't say that I do, but I'm sure it's very funky.
But like from musical theatre to classical to pop to hip hop to rap to alternative. There's a new thing that I saw, like if you go into Apple Music and you go to like the search page, there's like all of these different genres, and there's one that's called spatial something. Hold on, pass my phone, let me go look. I can show you.
That's all right. Just we'll talk about it. Okay, fine.
I think it's called spatial audio.
Okay.
And it's like, it's got a lot of, spatial audio. It's got like a lot of Billie Eilish's music, and
What does spatial audio even mean?
I don't know. But apparently Billie Eilish is on there.
Okay.
And it's like Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. It's also classified as spatial audio.
Okay.
But yeah,
Very
even
interesting.
like Positions by Ariana Grande, it's considered spatial audio.
Okay, I have to go and check that out because that's really
Yeah,
interesting.
I really like that, and I also really like game soundtracks, like the soundtrack from Undertale, and like the soundtrack from Zelda,
Right.
and the soundtrack from Sky, Chosen of the Light. Sponsor me.
So it's a really, really wide range of music. Would you say, as a songwriter, especially, and even just as a singer, that it's important to listen to a wide range of music?
Definitely, because you don't always want your music to sound the same, but you also want to create, like, the main thing of wanting to be your own artist is that it's very difficult to be unique. It's like, no one will be you, but it's very, very, very hard to create like your own type of music.
Yeah.
So you listen to a bunch of different things, and you see, like, you keep growing, you keep making different types of songs and seeing what happens with it, because I don't want to keep my types of songs always the same.
Yeah.
That's why all the songs I've released, they've all been different, because I'm trying to see where I fit in, trying to find where I'm comfortable, you know?
So you hear a bit here and you hear something there and you hear a beat there and you hear a production there and whatever and
Jy
everything.
hoor daar so by so, dis mooi, wat is daar by so, mooi, vrek, sit bietjie daar so die, en dan,
Okay, fantastic. Okay, lots of different music. That's cool. Now, next one. Which singers specifically would you say has influenced you a lot, like in the past, and which singers do you currently inspire?
currently, ook.
Yeah, inspires, yeah. Singers' voices.
I grew up on like Celine Dion and Dean Martin and what's that?
Elvis?
Elvis, of course, and the Backstreet Boys and
All right.
everybody. Is that the Backstreet Boys? Am I being stupid?
I think so. No, I
It
think
is,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It is, because Backstreet's back. All right, you know what? I just need to sit
Well
down.
done.
I am sitting.
Okay, so you listen to lots of that stuff. So basically
very
what your parents
old-fashioned
listen to.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to whatever my mom listened to. My
Yeah.
dad was listening to Maya.
No, okay.
Always.
We don't talk about that on this channel.
I know the whole song off by heart.
Okay,
even the
let's-
Afrikaans version.
Okay, let's not do that now. And then currently, which singers do you look up to or inspires you, or do you think?
I forgot to mention Beyonce.
Really?
Beyonce, Toni Braxton.
Oh wow.
I went to her concert. That was very cool. But I
Oh,
had
wow.
broken my elbow and I didn't have a voice. So I was there like,
One hand jam. That's so awful.
it was great.
Toni Braxton concert.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
it was very cool. I think it was Sex and Cigarettes. Very interesting name.
What a 7-year-old I ever.
I'm 16.
No, when you went to the
Oh,
concert.
I was 14.
Oh, okay. So that's more. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. And currently, which singers do you think are really amazing vocalists? that you-
Amazing vocals.
Yeah.
Fiozia.
Fiozia.
Holy cheese. That woman's voice is heavenly.
Yeah.
When I first listened to it, I was sitting in my performing arts school, and I had just finished a tap class, and I was busy listening to her, and I like taking apart her riffs and everything, and I was like, my mind was shaking. I was like, and Billie Eilish has a very, very beautiful voice that I really admire, and
Okay. It's interesting because Jeanique introduced me to Fiozia. I didn't know who she was. And honestly, guys, if you don't know this singer, you've got to go and check her out.
I need to go and look who I listen to.
What she can do with her voice is just incredible. No, don't bother. Next
But
question.
please.
No, we don't have time. Come.
Cher Lloyd.
What?
Cher Lloyd. I think
Okay.
she's a very nice voice. And I forgot to mention Julie Andrews earlier. Oh my word! I wanted to be that woman.
Yeah,
I wanted
understand.
to be that woman.
Yeah, but she is one of a kind. She was incredible.
Facts.
All right, so this is a different question.
Yes.
If you had to state your goal, now listen carefully. It's a big, deep question. So take a sip of your tea. Okay. Not you, Daniel. The people.
Frank, can I take one too then?
Yeah.
I just took a sip.
If you had to state your goal in life in one sentence, like a single sentence, this is my goal in life, what would you say? And that's a big, big question.
In terms of being a person or terms of music?
No,
In terms of music.
Your goal in life. So it's a big picture thing. It's not a career thing. I did not prep her on these questions, obviously.
I'd like to be kind. I don't want to ever, my whole life, I didn't really understand the terms, no one ever explained to me what jealousy was.
Right.
So I grew up with dirty looks. I worked my butt off. Growing up, I was a full-time performer by the age of 12. I took lessons until 8 o'clock at night every day, and I was a cheerleader, and I was in the choir, and my life was chock full. And I got dirty looks from a lot of people, and I started losing a lot of friends, and no one ever explained to me why. So from my position, the looks and everything, it didn't look like jealousy. It just looked like I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And being a people pleaser, I wanted to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
So I started shutting down, breaking myself apart, and asking myself why I'm not fitting in, why does nobody like me, and situations started getting a lot harder for me because I wasn't being myself, and a lot people can be extremely unkind.
Yeah.
So my whole life, I just wanted to make it a goal. I don't want to feel angry anymore. I just want to live, and I just want to be kind to people because I found that's what makes me so happy. It's just if I can just tell someone, listen, well done for waking up this morning, or I just want to be nice to people because that makes me happy. And
Great. I think that's a great goal to have. More people should have that as their
And
goal.
to sing. And to sing.
Yeah, we're
to sing
getting
for
there.
everyone.
Next question gets there. So, career-wise, short, medium, long-term goals. I know it's difficult, but just spur of the moment. First thing that comes to your mind. Where would you like to see yourself in 2 years? So short term. 5 years, you'll be 21. Oh my gosh. And then in 10 years' time.
So it was the first one, 2 years.
Yeah. So short, medium, long term, just at the moment, how do you see it career-wise? What would you like to have achieved at those different stages?
I would have liked to, in 2 years' time, I would have liked to at least traveled once and sung overseas once.
Okay.
And
That's a good goal.
In 5 years? In 5 years, I would have liked to at least release my own merch and maybe done a small tour. Just a small thing, maybe to a couple places, not much.
5 continents or so.
No. Maybe 3 cities. Not even. Small little towns, maybe a suburb.
I'm just thinking
Somewhere in a small.
I think it'll be way beyond that by 21, but anyway.
Thank you.
And a long-term
in 10
goal?
years,
Yeah.
I want to share my music with everyone, and I want to stand on a big stage and just sing my heart out and sing my lyrics and have people singing my lyrics back to me.
That is the best feeling, apparently. I've not personally had that privilege of singing to 100,000 people and they sing my song as well. They sing along as well. Focus, Niso. I'm talking to you. Don't worry about the sleeves, I say. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm fine. Nothing happened.
No, you've actually sort of touched on that in the previous question, but what have you
I
found?
have a habit of doing that. I've ended interviews early because I decided to tell the future and already answer the questions.
Okay, but this one just a bit more specific. What have you found are some of the biggest challenges even though you're just 16 years old, you've already, I should say, have many years of working very hard and being very dedicated to get where you are today. So what have you found are some of the biggest challenges walking the kind of path that you have and that you are walking?
I was never really good with emotions, so singing wise, it was just putting emotion behind my words and, meaning what I said and accepting that my opinion mattered, and then I was allowed to sing.
Okay.
And I was allowed to sing the things that I wanted to sing, and that I was allowed to write from my heart, and that that my lyrics are allowed to be for me too. And one of the big challenges as well is, during this whole COVID thing, my voice, like I was always known for being overly loud. So during COVID and everything, I just kind of kept to myself, and I kind of lost all of my energy, and I wasn't singing in my loud voice like I used to, and I had become like a little don't see what mustn't.
But also there wasn't much opportunities.
It wasn't much opportunities.
That's the point,
no.
right?
So
you used to be on stages a lot.
It took me a while to
Yeah.
just free myself again, and just to keep working on my voice, and opening up my registers again, and
So vocally, yeah, it was a
just
challenge.
vocally getting there.
But
again.
also to talk a little bit about, because I've known a few young people in my life who have walked a similar kind of walk to yours, very few. But talk about the challenge of, even at a very young age, of having to be so dedicated and having to look after yourself so you don't get sick. And
I didn't have to worry about that because I had a strict Afrikaans mom and I was gluten intolerant, so I didn't really have to worry about keeping myself healthy, because keeping myself healthy,
yes.
because my mom had that covered.
Okay, all right.
But I wanted to take care of myself eventually. Like in the last couple months, I was like, okay, I'm getting big now, and I need to really start taking care of myself. I mean, I've been in the adult world for a while now, and I need to start taking care of myself, because one day Mama isn't always going to be there as much as she wants to be.
Yeah.
To tell me, nie gluten eet nie, Jeanique, jy gaan siek raak. Yeah.
So taking responsibility, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. And what are some of the greatest joys of the kind of life that you are living and are going into? What do you think stands out as, this is why I do it?
Being able to share emotions without having to pour your heart out to someone, with sharing your emotions and having other people relate to you and relate to what you're saying, so that they don't feel they're so alone. Just by listening to what you're singing, and just by the type of emotions that you can put into a song, it really does transcend just normal speaking.
That's true.
And that's also what I really like. And as well as when you're belting out those big notes and you had a tough day and you just want to go no, it works,
It does have a good effects on you. Okay, cool. Let's quickly chat about your latest single. So Jeanique has released a song very recently.
Sour.
It's called Sour. So what made you write the song? And also then talk a little bit about what was the thinking behind the production, because I know you've I never know where I am not.
Same.
I know as a songwriter and as an artist, you want to be involved, and you are involved in the actual production of your songs as well.
You never know where you are not. Wow.
No, it's deep, right? Not really. No, so talk about Sour.
You must be a particle to spread yourself so thin, eh?
Yeah. So talk about where the song comes from.
That's not what particles do. I'm sorry. I'm having a bit of an episode. Kimi na dayo. Oshiete kurita.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
That's
so
okay,
talk about
sure.
Sour, where the song comes from, and what was your thinking in the production? What did you want the production to bring out in the song?
I wanted to make a rock song.
Okay.
It first started, we were actually gonna record this little ukulele, ukulele song that I had written when I was younger, in my youngin' days. And then Daniel had just decided to give me a lemon, and I started eating the lemon like an apple. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song that about what I'm angry about. No, I decided to write a song about what makes me angry.
Right.
So I called up my friend Kayla, and she really likes rock. Like, she likes AC/DC and My Chemical Romance and Green Day, and I also like those things. But I called her up, and I was like, hey Kayla, how do I write a rock song? And me and Kayla sat there for about 15 minutes, and she was like, you can do this and do these things. And I was like, lekker. So I went to Daniel, and he showed me this this pad that he made that sounded like a guitar.
All right.
So I started playing some things on the piano, and I made this cool guitar riff that you can hear in the beginning of the song.
Right. Yeah, you should listen to it. You'll
Yeah.
hear it. They will. They will.
Yeah, and then the production-wise, I decided, you know what, I can't make a completely rock song because it's not really what's popular these days. Sorry. And so I wanted to incorporate some pop into it too.
Yeah.
Just to also make it, a bit more commercial.
Accessible to more
Accessible
people.
to more people. More people will listen to it. And I sat there and I was like, okay, let's just really go off a feeling. And let's just vibe and see what happens. And that was mostly just what happened during the
Just
entire
the process. Yeah.
song.
It's a really cool process, though, isn't it? The production
It's fun.
of a song.
It really is.
Because oftentimes you start out with an idea that you think, oh, it's going to go this way. Exactly like what you said initially. You thought it was
Hardcore
going to be a
rock, man.
straight rock song, and actually ended up being a pop song with some rock elements, but even a slight bit of hip hop sort of vibes in it. And then in the bridge, a live cello and classical guitar. I mean, it's quite
a
something.
nylon string guitar.
Nylon string guitar, yeah. So it turned out to be something really, really spectacular.
I
Okay.
think I'm hungry. I have only eaten a waffle today.
And a few grapes in my presence.
And a few grapes. You're right.
Grapes are important. Okay.
They are, they're a bit
So we're
sour,
almost
though.
done. Last question. At 16 years old, only 16 years old, you've already experienced and done a lot more than most people at your age have.
You better cut out my stomach growling.
What
better.
would you say? Now we have body noises all the time on this channel.
That was internal.
It's always internal, but it's so fun.
That's where it's supposed to be.
Okay, but focus. So as a 16-year-old, I've been through a lot of this kind of journey already, and learning to control yourself, to be disciplined, to take responsibility, to catch hairs in midair when they annoy you. What would your advice be to younger people? I know lots of 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds who just have a dream to have the kind of life that they see you having, and they want to maybe even ultimately become a pop star or whatever. And also other teenagers, people your age. What kind of advice would you give them? Yeah, it's a really big question, but
I think I know. This is like the beginning, the top of the icing. I mean, the sprinkles? Would that be the top of the icing? I don't know, anyway. But,
just go for it.
that leap that you're scared to take might be the leap that gives you your big break. That's not what I wanted to say, but it's what my mind came up with.
And it rhymes.
Yeah. Does it rhyme?
That leap that you want to take might be your big break. Is that what you said, sort of? Okay.
But yeah,
That's a good one.
that leap that you're so afraid to just take, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna mess up. It's not gonna be good. No one's gonna like it. Bro, what you doing, dog? Like, for real?
Okay.
Sorry, it's speaking in languages to me.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly Spanish, but
Yeah, so just doing it, even if you're afraid of other people's opinions,
Yeah.
because that's actually
because one thing that
What
I
it
was
comes-
really afraid of was voicing my own opinion. Only not
Very-
even a month ago that I accepted that my opinion mattered, and what you need to do is you just need to write obviously what you think is gonna work. Don't write something that is so absolutely absurd that not even you will listen to it. But use
that would be
those.
stupid.
That
Don't
would be
do that.
really stupid, bro. But take those elements of what is so crazy and absurd and put them into lyrical pieces and write songs. And even if you're not good with lyrics, write a melody or build a track, and then you can even ask someone to write lyrics for you. I'll write lyrics for you. And you can just, honestly, whatever noise your soul is making, just don't burp, please. Please don't. And
Yeah, but don't be afraid, right?
don't be afraid
To
and just
say who you
sing,
are and what you feel.
sing what your soul is telling you. Like, what noise is not your body, what noise is your soul making?
I think that's powerful, actually, because on a serious note, I often talk about it in the Voice Matters and other things. Like when I analyze some performers in my reaction videos, I often talk about the fact that the greatest fear or the greatest challenge that we as singers have is the fear of being rejected. Like something in your mind is always thinking, what if they don't like it? And you have to come to terms with that thing, and you have to get to a point, like you were saying, where you go, listen, this is me, this is my opinion. Not in a, I don't care what you think kind of way. Not in an arrogant way, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not afraid to be who I am.
Be a baddie, but don't hurt other people's feelings, because that's not nice. They'll get it.
Sure, I quite agree with that. But my point remains. Like, getting to that place where you go...
Not a baddie like you think. Not a bad guy.
Okay.
Not a bad.
Getting to that place where you feel like, okay, this is who I am. I'm comfortable with me, like where I am right now in my life, and I'm going to express it in a way that I think what you mentioned earlier was so important. Relatable. Other people will see the realness.
Also, there
Right.
isn't like a solid way to writing a song. You might think, no, I need to sit in a place with beautiful scenery or a pitch black room where I can wallow in my sadness. Like, most of the songs that I've written have been in the bathtub where I've just been singing. Like, where you're just in your head and there's no solid way of doing it. You can be sitting by a piano and then suddenly something just comes to you, or you can be listening to the sound of the freaking tumbledraaier, and then something will come to mind.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened with Dark Side. I was sitting in the garage, sitting in the studio, and I was just playing piano, and then, the washing machine was going, and then I was like, and that's literally what happened. And actually, first, I watched the trailer again, because it came up on my YouTube, for Dark of the Moon, Transformers, Dark of the Moon, and I was like, ooh, that's pretty spicy, and then I went and sat down, and then
Yeah, but
Tumble
your point
Dryer
is,
started going.
yeah, your point is anything can spark.
Anything can spark your imagination,
Yeah, I agree with Jeanique. Don't think that you always have to have a certain setting or whatever.
Or
before
a
you can
certain
create.
aesthetic piece of paper with, like
Yeah.
a calligraphy pen. It's not
Yeah,
needed.
and if I can add to that on this last point of advice, my advice is be yourself. Yes, you are inspired and you will be inspired by others. I mean, I've looked up to many other people who came before me, and even today I do, and they inspire me. Singers, composers, choir conductors, people who do the kind of things that I do, right? But I have to find my way of doing it. I have to be comfortable with me, and I have to express it in a way that, because then it's authentic, right? And then people will connect to you as a singer. So, best advice: be yourself.
Because if you write what you think other people are going to like, people aren't going to end up liking it because it's not what you like. I mean, you're a person too. If you want to write something that people's going to like, write something that you like. So
There was a lot of likes in there, but you get it? Did you like
you
that?
feel me?
Did
Like,
you
bro,
like
like
that?
you get it, bro.
That's cool. Thanks so much, Jeanique, for spending the time
Got you
with
guys.
us today. I really appreciate it. Wow, I've never had a handshake from her before, so that was quite spectacular. It's really cool to hear from a young singer-songwriter like yourself, a normal person with an extraordinary gift to write and to sing. What is normal? And someone who knows what hard
Maybe a
work
dog.
is.
No, not even dogs are normal. Definitely
Already?
not my dog.
I'm doing my closing. Don't think that happening. Somebody who already knows at this age what it means to really work hard for something. Yeah. Yeah. So I really appreciate
Bit
it.
too hard.
Now, before we go, Jeanique, why don't you just quickly share with people where they can follow you on all the social media platforms and stuff. I'm also going to put in the description below the video, I'm going to put links to.
I pointed.
Links to Jeanique's social platforms and stuff. But just tell people where they can find you and so on.
Instagram is at It's Jeanique, and that is it the small letter for the J?
Yes.
And TikTok is also at It's Jeanique, and Facebook is Jeanique for E, and YouTube is just Jeanique.
That's right.
I think I said my name wrong in that third one. Jeanique, not Jeanique. Please don't.
It's not a J, it's a J. Like je t'aime.
You know, when I was in school, people thought they'd make fun of me, and they called me Jeaniqua. I was so mad, but then I just took it because
I know a Chinese girl called Jenny Kwan.
That's a very pretty
She was
name.
mean. She punched people. So
What?
never mind. Yeah. Jenny
man.
Kwan. So that's not you. So that's great.
I did punch my wall.
So yeah.
It was very scary.
So okay, starting to lose control here. So I think we better go. No, thanks so much for chatting to us. I'm not going to shake your hand. It's too strong. Follow Jeanique, and we're going to play out today with her song Sour. If you've not heard it, it's going to blow you away because it's really an incredible track. You can find it on any one of your favorite digital platforms. Please go and support Jeanique. Support Jeanique. And thanks so much for joining us today. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.
Tot ziens.
What the hell?
I feel like there were a lot of controversial things in there.
Yes, I like it.
That was chaos.
That was about an hour long. Flip an hour.
So